Breaking now at 11, anti-ICE protesters taken to the streets of Seattle once again, marching from Cal Anderson Park to the federal building downtown. Thanks for being with us at 11. I'm Steve Solis. This all comes just a day after a demonstration there ended with American flags being burned and 2 arrests. KOMO's Ryan Sims is live on scene tonight with what he's seen and hearing from protesters there. What's going on there?
Yeah, Steve, we seem to be in the dispersal phase of what was just an enormous gathering. I'm going to scoot out of the scene so you can take a live look at 2nd Avenue. Just in the last few moments, literally in the last 2 minutes, we saw traffic open in this stretch of 2nd Avenue. I would estimate that there are still around 200, 300 protesters and people milling out around downtown, around the ICE facility here. This is a drastic change from an hour ago when the streets were absolutely clogged with people and there was a lot of action. Talking about what we saw up until about 30 minutes ago, I'm going to have the control room bring up some of the footage that we got. This was at the height of the protest. It did turn quite dicey outside the federal building here, as you're seeing on your screen. At one point, the protesters dragged several items into the street to prevent police from reaching that gathering. If things took a turn, they dragged all those items into the street, and included in that was a dumpster that they then set on fire. And at the height of it, flames did reach about 10 to 12 feet high, and it took a while for that fire to be put out. And so that was one of the most dramatic scenes that we saw earlier. It is also our understanding that at the height of this, police were pelted with rocks and cement. So this obviously did take quite a violent turn for about an hour or two this evening. What kind of precipitated all this and preceded all of this was we also have footage of that if the control room can pull up that. It was a major march through downtown, all the way from Cal Anderson Park to the federal building. That march was peaceful, and I got to say that being a news reporter in this market for about 6 years, Steve, that this was by far the largest march and gathering through Seattle streets since the days of George Floyd. So that gives you a perspective of how many people were there. Easily 1,000 people milling around from Cal Anderson Park all the way downtown. And to kind of underscore the point, it wasn't until they reached the federal building here that things took more of a violent, dicey turn. Coming back right now live again, we are again in the dispersal phase. Just from me talking right now, there are far fewer people in the street. It looks like the traffic is back open right now. So this seems like it is a situation after going on for about 6 hours now, 5 or 6 hours now. It seems to be wrapping up as the day comes to an end. But one thing that we're going to be keeping tabs on, as many people that came out today, was about easily 1,000. That might not even compare to what we see on Saturday. Saturday is going to be the main event where easily thousands of people are going to go to that event on Saturday. And so if this is what we saw with streets blocked, the potential of violence, you better believe that Seattle police are on high alert ahead of Saturday's march, which will also occur through downtown Seattle. So again, to kind of underscore the point, 2nd Avenue is back up. It looks like this has resolved itself after several hours here, but we're going to be keeping tabs on the overall situation. And if anything else flares up, we'll let you know. Steve, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Ryan, thanks for being with us. We'll check back in with you in case things do change tonight. Across the nation tonight, several other protests broke out. Tensions flared outside the Spokane ICE office as protesters try to block the deportation of a Venezuelan asylum seeker, according to our station in Spokane. The demonstration, led by former city councilman Ben Stucker, drew dozens and ended with multiple arrests. Protesters linked arms, chanted "Let them go," and blocked a transport bus, prompting a heavy police and SWAT response. The mayor has declared a state of emergency and has imposed a downtown curfew overnight. Meantime, in Los Angeles, nearly 2,800 service members are now deployed amid ongoing protests, including 700 Marines who have just completed crowd control and de-escalation training. They will join National Guard troops in protecting federal property under Task Force 51. A curfew remains in effect downtown through 6 a.m., and city leaders say it may continue for several nights. Tonight, we're hearing from several Washington leaders like Governor Bob Ferguson and Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell about the protests in L.A. and right here across our state. They released a joint statement that reads, quote, "We condemn President Trump's illegal activation of California National Guard forces over the objections of California's governor. We understand the strong feelings that President Trump's actions are generating in our state. The right to protest is core to our nation. It is critical that Washingtonians do so peacefully. Violence will not be tolerated. Those who break the law can expect to be held accountable. At the same time, we expect that local law enforcement will manage all protests with professionalism and without interference from the federal government. That brings us to our KOMO Pulse poll. You can scan the code on your screen to participate. We're asking, how do you feel about anti-ICE demonstrations spreading to Seattle? This is a live look at the results coming in tonight. Right now, 66% of you disapprove. 24% say it's fine unless it's destructive or violent. 9% of you do approve, and 1% of you say you will wait and see. Again, if you want to weigh in, just scan the code on your screen. It'll take you directly to this story on KOMOnews.com.